I know you're trying to pass your RBT exam on the first try, and this is the exact plan that I give all my trainees. This is actually the exact plan I use to pass my BCBA exam on the first try. Hi, I'm Dom the BCBA Mom, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm a BCBA approved supervisor, and I love training RBTs or aspiring RBTs to get to the next level. There are so many barriers standing in the way, but we're going to discuss one of the barriers today, and I'm going to give you all the tips that you need in order to pass your RBT exam on the first try. So the first thing you want to do is, if you still have access to your 40-hour training, meaning you are still within that window of time of the 180 hours that you get access to it, I would continue to utilize my 40-hour training as a study resource, especially if it has mock exams at the end. So when you're initially taking your 40-hour training, you're doing it just to get done with the training. You're not even really retaining this information. Trust me, I know. But if you go back to it after you've passed your competency assessment, after you've had a little bit more understanding with these terms and principles, go back and take it and actually study as if you're studying for your exam. That is similar to what we would do if we were studying for our BCBA exam and we would take the BDS modules, right? If you still have access to that 40-hour training, please use that. Don't waste your money. Don't waste those resources. Use that as one of your study tools. Number two is you want to set the contingencies to remove all distractions. So you have a specific time frame in order to get this test done. You have about 90 days from the time you take your competency assessment to the time you apply for your RBT exam. So time is of the essence. So use the strategies that we learned in ABA, set those contingencies so you are more likely to engage in that studying behavior. Whether that's you are setting up antecedent strategies and you're blocking off a study room at the library, or you're talking to your supervisor and say, hey, if there's a cancellation, instead of putting me with another client, can I use that time to study for my RBT exam? You may want to put those group chats on mute for a while, or let your friends know, let your family know that for the next 90 days, I'm going to be locked in studying for this RBT exam. If the people around you are not helping you to achieve this goal, then you may need to distance yourself from them momentarily until you are able to get the job done. Because as I mentioned, you only have a short window of time. So you want to utilize that time and study on a daily basis. We can also use ABA by incorporating some positive reinforcement. So if you are able to study for an hour, then take a walk, go have your favorite drink, get your favorite coffee, or do something nice for yourself. Go window shopping. So incorporate some positive reinforcement if you meet your study goal. So we want to set you up for success with implementing some antecedent strategies, and then also setting that clear SD and S delta to the people around you when you will be studying, meaning I'm not available, and when you are available to them. So set these contingencies to set yourself up for success so you can have the optimal time to study. Number three is you want to build your fluency of the terms. So yes, this science is all about application, but you cannot apply it properly if you don't know the right terminology. As I always said, learning ABA is like learning a new language. So yes, you know how to do this stuff. You've been doing it for a long time now, but you need to know the terminology. So it will benefit you to create a glossary, create some type of Quizlets, or even just create some flashcards with all of the really important terms like frequency, duration, latency, inner response time, differential reinforcement, all of the DROs, the DRAs, shaping, chaining, all of those really major terms that we don't use on a regular basis. You're going to need to know those for the exam. You can go old school and get the flashcards and you just, keep them with you in your pocket, or you can create some Quizlets type of flashcards, but you really want to take the time to understand those terms. Not only do you want to understand the terms, but you want to be able to name them accurately in a quick amount of time. So accuracy plus speed builds fluency. This is how you're going to build fluency, with understanding and identifying the terms correctly. Next, apply all of the items on the task list to your real life. Okay, remember, it's all about application. So what I would do is I would print out the task list, or make sure I have it with me, and then choose 4 to 5 tasks on the task list that you are going to identify when you're out in the real world. Kind of make it a task list scavenger hunt, right? You can create like a bingo card, and anytime you are out in the community and you just start counting behavior frequency or counting behavior duration, or if you saw positive reinforcement happen, or you saw a sign that signaled reinforcement is available, you saw some motivating operations, anything that you see in real life, check it off the box, because ABA happens in real life, right? But we do have to demonstrate it at the Pearson Center for the test. So if you're able to see it in many different settings and still recognize that these are our ABA principles and concepts, that is another way to further your understanding. This is another way to make studying and learning fun. You can watch some of your favorite shows, your favorite movies, clips from your favorite movies. I literally sit and scroll on my phone on Instagram and TikTok, and every time I see a funny video, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is a great example of extinction procedure. Oh my gosh, this is a great example of a physical prompt or a gestural prompt. Like, if you can get yourself to think outside of the box and identify ABA in real life, it makes learning so much more fun. It makes teaching it more fun, and it'll increase the likelihood that you are able to pass this exam on the first try. So practice collecting some ABC data. You also want to role play. Get as much practice as you can role playing, you actually demonstrating these tasks. So find a partner, a friend, a best friend, a spouse, a colleague, someone, and say, all right, I just need 15 minutes of your time. I need 20 minutes of your time, and I'm going to teach you a new skill using chaining procedure, or I'm going to teach you a new skill using prompting and prompt fading. And then just practice it in real life. Another thing you can do is find or create a study group. Now, I know you're not the only one in your clinic who's studying, so why don't you spearhead and curate this study group? This way, you guys have accountability partners. It's a way to build community. It's a way to share your skill set, and you never know. These may be the people that you work for in the future, or you have to hire at your own company. Like, this ABA field is so small, so you want to start building those connections right now. You might as well start by starting your own study group. Just a quick tip when you study. It's best to rotate the domains that you're studying instead of just spending one day studying all measurement, one day studying all skill acquisition, one day studying all behavior reduction, right? Sometimes that just creates memorization or rote responding, but you're not really retaining that information. So they encourage you to do just a few questions on measurement, and then switch to skill acquisition, and then switch back to measurement, and then go to behavior reduction. So switch it up a little bit. Don't just focus on the same domain for a long period of time, because you don't want to just memorize the information. You want to be able to differentiate what is a behavior reduction procedure versus a behavior increase procedure. And the only way to do that is to study them both simultaneously. I also encourage you to take lots of mock exams, or even working through some type of RBT workbooks. So there are a few on Amazon that I could link, but there are also some free mock exams that I found online that I will also link in this video. Mock exams is going to help with that test anxiety. I can't tell you how many aspiring RBTs have come across my desk or my screen, and they're like, it's like they know the right answer because they said it, and then they second guess themselves, and then they get nervous, and then if I give them feedback, they get even more nervous, and I'm like, calm down. It's okay. You know this information. So take mock exams that can help with that test anxiety and help prepare you for the structure of how this test will go. Now, the BACB really loves giving you a question and maybe 2 or 3 of the answers seem correct. And you're like, but they all seem the same. They all seem like really, really great answers, right? So practicing mock exams will help you to practice the way the BACB is going to test you. So 2 answers may look correct, but what is the best answer? Or 2 answers may look correct, but read the question one more time because there's one word that makes B more correct than A. They love doing stuff like that. Last but not least, if you are studying to pass your RBT exam on the first try, you definitely want to tune in to my Dom the BCBA Mom playlist, How to Be an RBT. Guys, the reviews that I have been giving are phenomenal. And I've only been making RBT content for just a little bit of time. Most of my content has been towards BCBAs, but now that I'm working with RBTs, I'm like, whoa, you guys don't know this? Well, let me share it with you. So I've made so many videos, so much content. I love training on this topic. So please continue to watch, share it with a friend, like this video, comment below, and get ready to pass your RBT exam on the first try. So the RBT exam has 85 multiple choice questions. 75 of them are scored, 10 of them are not scored. And you get 90 minutes to complete your exam. So this is a timed exam. They build this RBT exam from the RBT task list across different domains, including measurement, assessments, skill acquisition, behavior reduction, documentation and reporting, and scope of practice. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you, don't sleep on the ethics. Make sure you are reviewing the ethical codes because there will be some ethics questions on the exam. All right, so that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got anything from it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with another aspiring RBT. Just keep me posted on your journey. We want to be your one-stop shop where you get ready for your competency assessment, where you pass your RBT exam on the first try. And this is also where you want to be if you want to further your education and become a BCBA. I got you. Just stay right here. All right, well, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.